Hi everybody, Speedbird here. I thought we'd do a quick sort of warm startup on the 777. Let's flip to the cockpit. Right, the main power's on, but that's it. Nothing else is set up. Got the APU running, obviously. And although it's not a race, I'm just going to see how quickly I can configure the aircraft for takeoff using some quick steps, following flows in a broad sense. Right, let's get the checklists up and running. Oxygen's the first thing on the list, which is over here. Click this button. It's quite nice. Right. Oxygen. Check. Flight instruments. Heading and altimeter. Well, you can see the instruments are on because the power's on. But we've got no position because the GPS hasn't been aligned, so we do that. Reference airport is Echo Golf Lima, which is Heathrow. I haven't set the GPS because I've got a bit more work in the aircraft to do. That involves primary and demand power requirements. So, quickly we can configure these. There is a specific order, which I know starts with the right hand side. Demand, electrical, all lights out, left hand side electrical. Some of these won't go out until the engines are started. Passenger side or passengers are theoretically getting into their chairs. Just thought that might be a bit easier to see what I'm doing. Right, so we've effectively made our way down this path. I've already turned on the lighting internally, given a boost. All these are functional, by the way. We will be turning on more lighting later. Going up here, we've got fire suppression. Engine auto start on, correct. Fuel pumps. We don't have any centre fuel, or we shouldn't. Check. And we do. Right, I'm going to configure this for a short haul flight. So bear with me while I change the fuel settings. Okay, it's short range. I can manually punch something in. The 777 isn't a short range aircraft. It's a long range aircraft, but we're going to do a short haul flight to Malta with it. So fuel is now set. That gives us centre of gravity, and you can also see the zero fuel weight here, and our gross weight with the 60,000 pounds added. So that's all good. I'm going to select a pre-prepared route, which is actually an old TriStar route to Malta. Activate that. Check it's in the flight management computer, which is good. Back up here, carry on with the flows. Have lights on, that's okay. So that's the FMC. I've got a feeling I've missed something up here because that's our single FMC operation. And yes, that should be on. That should be on. Okay. Okay, the set inertial position has come up now, so I can select that easily. That's our actual position, which PMDG have kindly allowed it to remain in memory. By going back, selecting that gives us our inertial position, which means that we'll now have a heading. You can see the route showing up, so we can carry on the checklist complete. Flight door is closed, passenger signs, no electronics are on. That's wrong. MCP will set now. Can't set V2 at the moment until our zero fuel weight, 408, reserves 6, cruising altitude provisionally 38,000, costing X 90, press limits typically D-rated, line 1, 97%, but takeoff will use 5 flaps, the centre of gravity we can put in. That gives us our V1 VREF speeds, V2 148, means we can now configure the MCP. Runway heading is 270. Altitude will presume we're cleared to 5,000. And 148. And we'll do +5. So 153. Set. MCP, trim. Here we've got a trim of 2.5, so we can configure the aircraft for takeoff. That's 3, 2.5-ish. Okay. Trim set, taxi, beacon. It's up here. We can also turn on the logo and wings since it's night time. It's actually just about dawn. Taxi lights on. We won't turn the landing lights on so we don't blind the pushback crew. I think that's everything. Strobe. Let's have a look outside. Go. And we need to close those doors. Right. So we go back to the main menu, FS actions, doors. Door on the side of the aircraft we need to close and disarm. And we've got the cargo doors, fore and aft and bulk to shut. I've done that the wrong way around, haven't I? Okay. That's all the doors closed. That stopped being enunciated. TCAS we can do next. And we can Squawk 2200. Do a test just to make sure it's fully functional.
TCAS test pass.
So TCAS is confirmed. While I'm here, I can set parametric pressure 29.14, and I can also turn on traffic, terrain, personal preferences to set that to radio. Don't know whether you can see that. Move over a bit. Radio. Let's reset my position. Right. You can see now that we've got traffic information coming through, and also terrain altitude. So that's 90 feet and 50 at its lowest. That obviously is hundreds and not thousands. Right. FMC message. Let's check what that is. Enable next altitude. Not worried about that. Not worried about that. I'm just going to go and check up here because this panel is supposed to be lights out. And I don't want to make sure I haven't missed anything, as I normally do. So some of these will go out once we start the engines. Hydraulic pressure, demand C2. I think demand C2. Ah yes. Blind as a bat. So that's right now. Hopefully that will stop being enunciated here. Yes. Right, I can, while I'm looking at it, set that to RTO, so if we have an aborted takeoff, as soon as I reduce the throttle it will apply the brakes. Normal, anti-ice, and recall. Recall we do by clicking this button here. So that just resets and allows us to see if anything's been added or has been not instantly picked up. And the last thing was ice. Wing ice, anti-ice is all on auto. So that's a check. Flight controls. One of these buttons. I'm not sure which one it is, to be absolutely honest with you. Let's zoom in. There it is, flight control. So as long as we move all of these to the extents, and finally the rudder, that's a check. Okay. I'll switch that back to engines, which is good. Right, we've got a couple more things to do. One is the flaps, flaps 5 takeoff. See those lowering now. We can arm and turn on the flight director and select VNAV LNAV because they're programmed. Right, I think we're almost ready for pushback. Let's just do a quick review of these. Flight controls done. Ground connections, we'll do that when we communicate with the pushback crew. So everything's removed from the ground. Pushback, we'll do a 90-degree turn. Okay, we can start that.
And ground cockpit. Hi, Captain. We're all set to go up here. We've been cleared to push and start at your discretion.
Roger that, ready for push. Power and air clear, doors closed. We are ready for pushback. Start brake, please.
Okay, we'll release the parking brake.
Okay. Okay, parking brake is off, clear to push.
And we can confirm the push has started.
Brakes off, here we go.
There we go. Right, let's get these engines going.
Push is complete. Set parking brake, please.
Alright, brakes are set and pressure's normal.
Okay, engine 1 is cranking
Okay,
up.
sir, fill wires off.
You
Finish
can
out.
hear that low hum. The large engine, so the spool is
Alright,
quite
guys,
a long
thanks. You're
time.
cleared to disconnect. We will be watching for the pin and the release from guidance on the right side of the airplane, and we'll see you guys next time through.
Roger that. Have a good one.
The starter switch will switch to automatic automatically, strangely enough. Right, let's do right engine. We'll see the fuel flow increase. There it goes. Oil pressure increase. And we'll have an exhaust gas temperature. And N1 is stabilising. Cool. Okay, the runway's just ahead. I think we'll put the seatbelt sign on. We'll turn the landing lights on for maximum visibility. Okay, we can shut down the APU now. APU in cool down, and we've got a pack that is on over here. Okay, we'll be taxiing shortly. Just waiting for a cabin ready indicator to pop up. Just do another scan, make sure we've got everything sorted. So VREF speeds are in the computer. We can see V1, 132. Got a takeoff speed set, altitude, initial altitude set, pressure set, route. MCP is set, runway speed, heading. Flaps are set. Engines are stable. Come on, light. The sun is rising. That's the beep we're waiting for. Cabin ready. Right. I'm not using the radios today, by the way. But if I was, this is what I would be listening to. And that would be the one the mic would be open on. Radio set. Trim set. Parking brake off. Taxi out, 20 knots. Throttling up. Ground speed's increasing. Got to remember we're quite high up in this, so speed is deceptively quick. Should that be deceptively slow, but we are going quite quickly. Sorry about my steering. Approaching runway 27 right. Just braking as we reach the threshold of the runway. Go. Brakes on. Okay, we've got clearance. Just do a quick cross check. Make sure there are no other aircraft in the immediate vicinity. It's pretty quiet, you might have noticed at Heathrow today. It's because I've turned off most of the AI traffic. Right, let's make our way over to the centre line. Rolling up. A little bit quick in the turn now. I think they recommend about 10 knots in a turn.
On runway 27 right.
It's the RAS system. Right, next important thing is an engine check before we go to full power. So we spool up to 55%, looking for stability in the engine. That's all good. Full power. Airspeed active. V1's coming up.
V1. Rotate. V2.
Back on the stick, holding about 10-15 degrees. Gear up, positive rate. Flaps. I'm going to manually fly it out and then flip on the autopilot. So we're a little bit quick. Flaps are up now. Aircraft stable. Right, I'm going to flip on the autopilot. feet, please. Okay, 10 taxi lights. Normally the landing lights stay on until 10,000 feet. There's the page. Just about me. New memory performance. We're a little bit of deviation. Right. Pretend that we've been cleared to our new altitude. 38,000, which I haven't confirmed actually, set it at 38,000. Off we go. Climb 1. Oops, missed a step. Landing gear up, thumbs up. Switch to the co-pilot's position, just to show you how good the instrument views are on this. So electrically, all the hydraulics, fuel, cabin temperatures, air conditioning, doors, gear, we get the brake temperatures, tyre pressures, and the flight controls you've seen. Might be at 250 knots. Well, I think for the first program and how quickly you can get the 777 in the air, I hope it's helped. I enjoyed it. It's been a bit of an experience for me. Something new. This is quite a new acquisition, so lots to learn, perfect, and see you next time. Thank you.